You just sit right there.
On
Yep.
the edge. Ready to roll?
I've never done a video interview, so.
You haven't?
No.
Cool.
I grew up around music on a tour bus, homeschooled, so you're thinking, what can I do that my parents aren't doing? So I think when I was growing up, I sort of rebelled against it. I always knew I wanted to do music, but I didn't think about it as a career until later.
She sat in a room and she read a ton. So when she started writing songs, they all had a unique angle, and I feel like that's the thing that's really set her apart.
My first song that I consider a song, I mean, I'm sure I wrote silly things when I was younger, but I think when I was 14, I wrote a song called I'm Too Bad for You.
She loves country music, she loves bluegrass, she likes a lot of root forms of music, and she likes a lot of rock, and it happened slowly and naturally, and when it did, it was just her sound.
I started describing it as garage country, which I think sort of encompasses a lot of my influences, and I think is a good descriptor for how the record sounds. I think that raw sound, it wouldn't make sense if I went and, you know, glammed myself up and glossed it up. I'm just not that way. So a place like this, I feel like you can feel really comfortable and not worry about anything. And I think that reflects the energy of my music. I tell people there's only about 2 happy songs on the record, but it's not a downer record, it's high energy, you know? I just think that I'm not necessarily inspired when I'm having a good day to go sit down and write about it. I want to go experience it. I feel really familiar with this building because I've seen so many shows here and I've been here so many times, but it's kind of strange that I'm going to be playing. I don't think I'm going to really realize what's happening until I'm doing it. Robert Plant, June 29, 2005. Where was I? Not here. I think playing at the Opry, for me, it has such a history in country music that it feels sort of like a coming out party as a country artist. To know your heroes that played here is kind of crazy. At the Opry, there's so many different artists there, and backstage everyone's kind of running around, catching up, you know, playing together. I met Loretta Lynn and I had her sign my Disney autograph book when I was little backstage, and she had one of her big dresses on. So it's very much a community feel, and so I think that's super cool because it's sort of like, it's just like when I was a kid. I'm gonna do Losing Ground off my record, which I wrote by myself. It's a very personal song, and I think it's off the record the most traditional leaning song, and I thought it would be perfect to play at the Opry.
Landslide beneath my feet, dirt falling under me. I've got nowhere to go. Guess I'll just stand right here, watch myself disappear again, slow and low. Guess you.
It's just a song about ups and downs and how one day you can feel like you're having the worst year ever, and the next day, you know, things aren't so bad, and it's just about how that's life, basically. I have a lot of family coming. My grandparents came from Texas. My parents are coming. Yeah, a lot of my family's coming.
This is Connie Smith. She'll be introducing you to your mama, and I know I love you too. He's trying to.
It'll be nerve-wracking to have them here, but it will feel comfortable having them here as well. I'm gonna have Adam Wright, who played on my record, sang on my record. We wrote a lot of the songs together, so it's great that he's here, and I'm very happy to share this moment with him.
The Opry is a great show, and the Ryman is a great venue, and the two of those things together is a pretty special experience. My advice would be to soak it up and try to be present, try to remember what that wood feels like under your feet and what it sounds like to hear your voice bouncing around that church. It's a pretty special thing, and you can forget it in the nervousness and excitement of it if you're not careful.
Should I go head out there, or should I wait? I mean, I'm gonna be nervous. I think it's gonna hit me. That's normally what happens, is it sort of hits you then.
I so remember the very first night that I was on the Grand Ole Opry. I was scared to death and my voice was coming out in gusts. Now, I shouldn't be talking like that because we have someone making their Opry debut tonight.
I'm just going to try to be calm and soak it in and enjoy it instead of letting nerves, overrun the situation.
I know you're going to love her. Aubrie Sellers.
Guess you could say I'm getting used to it. One day I'm fine, the next I'm in a ditch. But I'm not crazy. I'm just losing ground.
Aubrie Sellers.
I felt more comfortable than I thought I would, but it's still nerve-wracking. But Connie pulled me over and talked to me a little bit. I think it sort of made me stay in the moment for a second and sort of absorb everything.